she said, I want you to take that offer away.
Is she being forced to do that, or?
Well, nobody knew.
Yeah.
She said, I'm going away to travel, so I want you and Ken to be happy, and I'm sorry. I did not mean it to happen this way. And she hung up the phone, and that's the last anybody ever heard from her. Sandy was...
I don't know. I think I would have thought that was weird.
She was wondering what was going on. This was very strange. Penn was supposed to pick up another woman and take her to the doctor's. If somebody had an appointment, you had to find a friend or else you had to walk. This woman had asked Penn, and she said she would certainly pick her up. And she waited and waited. She called, no answer. Penn was never seen or heard from again. She had a boyfriend that she was very close to moving in with. His name was Jonathan. This whole group of people were members of a place very near and dear to my heart called Millie's Place. Millie's Place was a clubhouse in the shopping center in Newport, New Hampshire for recovering alcoholics. And they would have meetings there. My uncle was the head of the Alcoholics Anonymous branch in that area. The main character in this mystery is a man named Ken Carpenter. He worked at Walmart. He was an odd jobs person.
There's not a lot of industry in the area.
No, you're going to find some money where you can. Doing odd jobs was one of the things you did. Well, he had met Sandy, this woman, at Millie's Place. And she was a recovering alcoholic. He was a recovering alcoholic. She knew that Sandy was being taken advantage of by this Ken. And she helped her. She went to court and testified against him and what he had said to her, and he hated Penn Myers. Well, her boyfriend, Jonathan, as soon as he heard Penn was missing, he said, Ken Carpenter did it. He said, I don't care what you say, Ken Carpenter did it. They went and searched her house. Absolutely nothing was out of order. Everything was right where it should be, except her dog was there. And Penn Meyer went everywhere with her dog. If she didn't have him by her side, he was in her truck waiting for her to get finished. She went everywhere with that dog, or left him with a family friend. She would never leave her home and leave that dog all day, her house. So the police said, something's going on here. So they looked, and the only thing they found was a fire pit out in the backyard, and it was kind of smoldering. Well, the policeman went out, and he dug in it to see if it was a live fire or not. It was just sort of smoldering. And he found some what he thought were bone.
Uh-oh.
There were only a few pieces. There was no way her whole body was in there. It was just very small pieces. So the search went on, and they searched Ken's house and Ken's backyard. Nothing. So they had no body. They had no DNA. There was nothing in the house that showed anything. There was absolutely no clues. She just apparently walked away. Some people thought she ran away. Some people thought she was dead. It was a horrible time. Nobody knew anything. The man writer is a true crime writer. The woman, Rebecca Lavoy, she is a reporter for the New Hampshire Public Radio, and they got together. It answered a lot of the questions that I had because of the personal interest I had in this case. I really enjoyed this book. I think anybody who likes a mystery where you really know who did it, but it's trying to get it proved, that was the thing. He is currently in prison. It took many years to get him there. He is serving time for his part in this murder. I really would recommend this book. It was very well done. And not just because I was living there at the time and knew who these people were. It is a very well done book.
Good. Well, that gives you 3 true crime books to check out with a wide variety.
Trivia. Last week's question was, which mystery author's fame increased when President Bill Clinton listed him as one of his favorite authors? A. Walter Mosley, B. John Grisham, C. Dan Brown, or D. Clive Cussler? The answer is A. Walter Mosley. Mosley's fame increased in 1992 when then presidential candidate Bill Clinton, a fan of murder mysteries, named Mosley as one of his favorite authors. This week's question is, who was the second best fiction author in the world in 2008? A. Ian Rankin, B. Stieg Larsson, C. Laurie R. King, or D. Anne Perry? Good luck.
We have some exciting news.
We have a new patron.
And we are thrilled. Thank you to Terry W. from Illinois, who is our new patron.
She will receive a window cling from us and a handwritten note. We are so grateful for all of our patrons and for all of our listeners. We have an assignment for our listeners. If you are a writer, we are in desperate need of some short stories for our newsletter. We have had some awesome stories in our newsletter, and we would love to add yours. You do not have to be a published author. You can let us be your first publisher.
We've gotten a lot of comments on them, and we've enjoyed reading them ourselves. Go to darkandstormybookclub@gmail.com and put in the heading
Short story submission.
Try your hand at writing a mystery. You might find you like it. You might be a new author.
So that brings us to the end of another full episode.
Thank you for listening. Be sure and join us next week. And remember,
life would be boring without a little mystery.
Bye.
Bye.